Welcome back once again to just another video taking a look at the mods of the 2021 Spring Mod Jam. In case you missed it, we covered the winning mods of the Mod Jam last week, and today we're just taking a look at another batch of mods from our Redoran-themed Mod Jam competition. This time around, focusing on a variety of city, dungeon, immersion, and item mods. There were 19 mods released for the Spring Mod Jam, and we're just taking a look at 7 of them here today. But anyway, before we begin, I'll once again, give a quick shout out to Danae, who organized and basically hosted the whole Mod Jam competition, and did a pretty fantastic job doing so. She will, more than likely, also be organizing the 2021 Summer Mod Jam, which will likely occur, after this year's May Modathon competition, which is, coming up here in just a few days. In any event, downlinks and timestamps are just down below, so let's begin with our first mod, which today is the dungeon mod, Mirandus Rebuild by Endorian. The Dunmeri Stronghold of Mirandus is technically a rogue Redoran outpost, much like the various, rogue Telvanni outposts that you may recall from the game's vanilla quest lines. In any event, this mod gives Mirandus just a bit of a makeover, with a more unique-looking exterior, including Redoran banners, a new tower, bits of detailing like an archery range, and other various bits of clutter to make this more than just another generic stronghold. Going inside, you'll also find more decorations, clutter, and detailing to make the interiors of Mirandus feel a little more occupied, with notable living spaces for the Redoran, inhabitants, and a few more banners here and there to just make it clear that this is a Redoran stronghold. Though, as a note, even if you are a member of House Redoran, the residents here will still be hostile. Apparently, future plans for the mod include making it possible to be on a friendly, term with them if you're a high-ranking member of the house, but that hasn't quite been implemented just yet. So, remember this was, made in only about 48 hours, so you can't expect everything. In any event, this also includes a few new foes through the phase, and it also gives a lot of the Redoran warriors just new armor, using the OB dataset, to make this experience just all the more, unique. Without question, this is one of the best overhauls for Mirandus out there. Though, come to think of it, I only really know of 2. The other one, by Princess Stomper, turns Mirandus into a player home. And, obviously, this one is a bit better than that, because it does add a new tower, which counts as verticality, and anything that adds verticality, that's better in my book. But anyway, if you're looking for a more unique dungeon delving experience, this is just a fantastic mod to check out here. Moving on, we have a graphics mod, Scarface by Vegetto. And, well, this is a replacer for a Scar in Aldrun, basically adding claws to the entrance of Underscar, which is only appropriate, since, as you may know already, Scar was a giant ancient crustacean, so you'd expect it to have claws, and, now it does. And not only that, but the actual entrance has been, expanded to just be a more impressive size, with the symbol of House Redoran just emblazoned upon it. And there's also these lovely lanterns here to give Scar a more atmospheric look. This makes a few minor changes to the interior just as well, but overall, that's pretty much all this does, and it's a great replacer to add to your game. Next up, we have the Immersive, the other Council Club by Video Qualm. And, everyone knows and remembers the Council Club in Balmora. There's so many quests that take you there, but the one in Aldrun is often a bit overlooked and forgotten, and, this mod just, completely and utterly transforms this Council Club to make it a much more atmospheric and immersive experience. And now you'll find a rather cozy and a uniquely decorated club with a little furnished nooks and alcoves where patrons can sit on cushions and, socialize or partake in drinks and meals. And I had to point out the absolutely stunningly atmospheric red lighting in here. This really does just, feel like a perfectly Dunmeri style club. It completely fits in with Dunmeri and House Redoran culture and style. This really just overhauls this, one interior, but Videoqualm has done a fantastic job here. And for a mod made in just, 48 hours, I'd argue it's a must-have for improving this one small part of Aldrun. But anyway, going on, we're taking a look at Redoran Archmaster's Office by Deanna. A bit of a straightforward mod. This adds a new Archmaster's Office to the Redoran Council entrance in Underscar that you can get access to once you're, the Archmaster. And basically, this is a combination office, a meeting chamber, and secretary's chamber, complete with servants that can get you refreshments, an actual secretary, and a guard to protect you from, the unwanted rabble. There's even a few sofas for you to, lounge about in, and a few shelves that you could decorate yourself. But that's pretty much all there is to see here, so moving on. We're next taking a look at Redoran Hortator Armor Chest by Stripes, and this simply adds a new chest to the practice room under Scar, which you can unlock with the Hortator's Ring, once you achieve the rank of Hortator. And inside you'll find a set of uniquely enchanted armor, including one new helm and one new shield, with a rather unique design. The rest of this armor is just, stuff from the vanilla game, but the helm and shield are, completely new, and they are rather just, cool-looking additions to, add to your collection, and fit in just pretty well the other types of Redoran or bone mold armor. So, they fit in pretty well with the vanilla game, but anyway. Next up, we have Armored Robes by Delamos, and technically only lightly Redoran-themed Armored Robes adds a new merchant to the Vivek Foreign Quarter Plaza that sells a variety of new Armored Robes that are basically a kit bash of various pauldrons and sleeveless robes just combined together. Some of these are definitely a bit in the, in the Redoran style, while others could be suitable for the Talvani, Imperials, or even the Halalu. There's quite a few different ones here, and apparently these have also been added to the leveled loot list, so, don't forget to, just merge those. And finally, our last mod today, we have a minor Redoran concept art inspired city enhancements by Leowin. Basically, this mod does two things. It adds ancestral banners to the top of certain Dunmeri occupied Redoran huts in Aldrun and Morgan, as just, seen depicted in Bethesda's original concept art. And it also changes the exterior of the Sarandis family hut in Aldrun to just be, a little more unique. This is a pretty nice but simple mod that, makes these Redoran settlements feel a little more atmospheric and distinctly Redoran in terms of artistic style. As a bonus, if you already have Heart of the Velothi, this will also help bring Aldrun and Morgan just, in line with the appearance of Nissus. But anyway, That's it for today. Real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to our patrons, including Area 5, Symbalmine, Kiwi, Cyprinius, Danae, Daliant, Yame, Alcazo, Castillanau, Langastia, Melkor Dog, Knockascade, Old Navy Twidget, Operator Jack, Pericuse, Povuholo, Risaleaf, Sokacat, Stiff Kitten, and Telvani with 8,000 nicknames. If you'd like to join them, check out our rewards, including early access, behind-the-scenes content, and access to polls to, decide what kind of content we showcase. Visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/MorrowInModding. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.